Britney Spears' lost years. The secret that changed everything. Before the world knew the truth, Britney Spears tried to send warnings. Hidden in interviews, lyrics, and fleeting glances at the camera, she communicated something quietly urgent, a message few understood at the time. Beneath the flashing lights, the award show smiles, and the pop princess image lay a reality far darker than any tabloid had reported. For more than a decade, the world consumed her as spectacle, unaware that her freedom, literal autonomy over her life, had been quietly stripped away. Contrary to popular belief, Britney's struggles didn't begin in 2007, with the umbrella incident or the paparazzi frenzy. They started earlier in what the media now calls her lost years, a period marked by subtle warning signs, coded cries for help, and a secret decision made behind closed doors that would govern the next decade of her life. The most shocking revelation: the decision was made by those closest to her, in ways Hollywood never publicly acknowledged. Britney Jean Spears was born in December 1981 in Macomb, Mississippi, and raised in Kentwood, Louisiana. From an early age, she displayed an affinity for performance, local talent shows, dance recitals, and eventually television appearances. By 11, she had secured a spot on the Mickey Mouse Club, signaling the emergence of a future superstar. The late 1990s were a unique era for pop music. Teen idols were meticulously manufactured, yet Britney had a rare magnetic presence that set her apart. In 1998, with the release of Baby One More Time, she was catapulted to global superstardom. The song was more than a debut. It was a cultural announcement. Britney had arrived, unstoppable, and the world was captivated. But stardom came with an invisible, suffocating price. The very industry that elevated her demanded control over her image, performances, public relationships, and eventually personal choices. Media scrutiny was relentless, dissecting her haircuts, outfits, and every breakup. Behind the polished smiles, Britney endured pressures few could imagine. She was no longer merely a performer. She was an icon carefully sculpted for public consumption. By the early 2000s, her career flourished with hit albums, sold-out tours, and endorsement deals. Yet privately, cracks were emerging. Friends observed mood swings, sudden absences from events, and increasing isolation. The pressures were immense, but a deeper, structured control had taken hold, something far beyond ordinary. Celebrity stress. Her public struggles in 2004 and 2005. A messy divorce, the birth of her two sons, and erratic paparazzi moments were only the visible tip of a complex reality. The legal conservatorship that followed in 2008 wasn't born from a single dramatic incident. It was the culmination of years of subtle manipulation and behind-the-scenes decisions that limited her autonomy. Suddenly, Britney Spears, global superstar, was legally stripped of control over her finances, personal life, and daily routines. Despite this, she left breadcrumbs of rebellion and humanity. Videos of her dancing alone in hotel rooms, cryptic lyrics, and whispered interviews hinted at struggles hidden from the public eye. These lost years reveal not just a personal story but a systemic one. A music industry profiting from control, a legal framework capable of enforcing authority under the guise of protection, and a media landscape obsessed with spectacle. The early 2000s created the perfect storm for a young woman's freedom to be quietly stripped away. By the mid-2000s, Britney had become a phenomenon. Her music dominated the charts, her tours sold out globally, and her presence defined an era. But cracks in her personal life became visible. Small anomalies, missed appearances, tense interviews, fleeting distress, hinted at deeper struggles. Friends noticed her anxiety over even minor decisions. While she often laughed off concerns, her eyes betrayed exhaustion. Pressure to maintain a perfect image was suffocating, and the mechanisms controlling her life were tightening. Her personal challenges escalated. In 2006, her marriage ended in divorce, and custody battles dominated headlines. Yet beneath the sensationalist reporting, legal structures were quietly granting others unprecedented control over her finances and daily life. Britney was coerced into decisions she barely understood, masked as promises of stability. Publicly, her unraveling reached a climax in 2007, with images of a woman shaving her head and confronting paparazzi. To fans and media, these moments appeared chaotic and inexplicable. Behind the scenes, however, she was navigating a system designed to contain her. The conservatorship established in 2008, led by her father Jamie Spears and a network of legal advisors, was presented as temporary protection. In reality, it marked the beginning of over a decade of constrained personal and legal autonomy. Even under these constraints, Britney's artistry persisted. She released albums, performed worldwide, and continued to connect with fans. Yet publicly vibrant and privately restricted, every appearance, tour, and award was meticulously orchestrated. Career decisions, travel, finances, and relationships were controlled by others. Observant fans caught subtle signs of rebellion, lyrics, interviews, social media hints that spoke to her longing for autonomy. From 2008 to 2013, Britney's outward success contrasted sharply with inward restriction. Her albums topped charts, and her Las Vegas residency cemented her status as a pop icon. But family, lawyers, and managers controlled her daily life, creating a stark dichotomy between glamorous facade and hidden reality. This was not mere celebrity drama, it was a systematic loss of freedom, masked by public admiration and industry profit. The conservatorship's mechanisms were methodical. Britney had to follow strict schedules, attend therapy and medical appointments under supervision, and seek permission for even minor choices. Access to her own wealth was limited, monitored by her father and appointed advisors. Friends and insiders testified that she repeatedly requested small freedoms, transparency, and independence, requests largely ignored or denied. For years, the media framed her struggles as erratic or scandalous, obscuring the reality. Britney was living under legal and personal control. The hashtag Free Britney movement, gaining traction around 2019, exposed the truth. Fans, journalists, and social media advocates scrutinized court records, testimonies, and interviews, amplifying her cries for autonomy and shedding light on over a decade of exploitation. Courtroom revelations were raw and emotional. Britney described feeling coerced, silenced, and dehumanized. Relationships, career decisions, and personal milestones were all restricted. What appeared to the world as glamorous freedom was, in truth, imprisonment. Friends likened her daily life to constant surveillance, orchestrated by assistants, doctors, and managers. The system publicly marketed as protection was a mechanism of control. Yet her resilience shone through. She continued performing, recording, and connecting with fans. Her lyrics, interviews, and social media posts contained coded messages of rebellion and endurance. Her eventual court testimony, empowered by public support and legal advocacy, revealed the trauma she endured and ignited global conversations about autonomy, celebrity, and systemic abuse. Britney's lost years are more than a celebrity tale. They are a cautionary story about power, manipulation, and human dignity. Fame and fortune did not shield her from exploitation, they magnified it. The public witnessed chart-topping success while remaining oblivious to the invisible chains. Her courage in speaking out demonstrates the power of persistence, advocacy, and reclaiming one's voice. Her story also challenges society's fascination with celebrity. It questions how often entertainment narratives overshadow humanity, and how legal and social systems can exploit even the most visible figures. Britney's experience reminds us that autonomy, dignity, and freedom are fundamental, and that their absence, even amid fame, can be devastating. Now, years later, the image of Britney dancing on stage remains iconic. She embodies joy, talent, and cultural resonance, yet also the fragility of freedom. Her journey is profoundly human, a testament to struggle, resilience, and the enduring search for self amidst forces beyond one's control. Fans remember her music and performances with nostalgia, now coupled with awareness of the silent battles she fought behind closed doors. Britney's lost years illuminate the complex intersection of fame, control, and personal agency. They serve as a reminder that even those adored by the world can be subjected to manipulation, yet can reclaim their voice through courage and advocacy. The pop princess who captivated millions endured unimaginable constraints, yet emerged as a symbol of resilience and hope. This is not just Britney's story. It reflects societal, fascination with celebrity, our complicity in systems of control, and the necessity of listening to those signaling distress. Her life encourages empathy, critical thinking, and a deeper understanding of autonomy and justice. The bright lights of her career hid shadows of oppression, yet her courage ultimately transformed both her life and the world's awareness of celebrity exploitation. In reflecting on Britney Spears' lost years, one recognizes a bittersweet duality: dazzling talent and cultural impact contrasted with hidden suffering. She endured what few could imagine, yet reclaimed her voice and autonomy, leaving a legacy of resilience, hope, and empowerment. Her story lingers in memory not because of headlines, but because it is profoundly human, a tale of struggle, survival, and the enduring pursuit of freedom. Even now, as the music fades and the applause settles into memory, the lessons remain clear. Fame is not freedom, and systems of control can affect even the brightest stars. Britney Spears' journey illuminates the human cost of such systems and the extraordinary strength required to overcome them. The pop princess we remember is also a woman who fought for her voice, and in doing so, she became a symbol of courage for the world to see.